It's called blank verse, rhymed verse, and prose, okay? So we're going to go over, these are very Shakespearean, very poetic, okay? They're academic language terms that you will need to know for no other reason than school, in all honesty, unless you are in poetry, okay? But why you need to know it is really important, because when you come across it in the future, it'll be so confusing because, like, senior year and stuff, your teachers will not review this. Does that make sense? Like, you technically should know this stuff from, like, middle school, but we're going to review it, and then we're going to tackle it, and then we're going to move on. Yes? Are you going to comment on my cool Shakespearean font? Because I put a lot of effort into it, Tony.
You guys scrolled through, like, all, like, 50 fonts.
I don't want to hear of it. What's up? You're learning the language of Shakespeare. You're going to come across it throughout your... You have to read more school. Yes, you will read Hamlet or Macbeth. You will read Julius Caesar. It just depends on the teacher and what your curriculum is. So yes. What's your? We read parts of Hamlet. All right, back with me. Either look at the board and read this section under, just from here to here. Okay, I want you to read that on your own, either up here or. Read on your own. Iambic? Yes. Learn new things today. Did you read it? They're going to try to figure it out.
That's cool. Read it when you read it aloud. That's cool.
Alright, so let's read together, okay? So follow along as I read. You should not be doing anything else. So, Shakespeare usually wrote in a form of poetry called blank verse, which is one of them, unrhymed, iambic pentameter, okay? Blank means that poetry is not rhymed, okay? So blank means that there's literal blankness when it comes to rhythm, rhyme, okay? There's no rhyme. It's also known as free verse. Have you guys heard that, like in middle school maybe? Free verse, okay? Those are the different ways. So when it's unrhymed and there's no rhythm, it's called blank verse. Does that help you understand? Okay. Iambic pentameter refers to the fact that each line contains 5 iambs or metrical feet consisting of a stressed syllable followed by an unstressed syllable. Okay? So iambic pentameter, Rowan, stay with me. What it means is that it is a line of 10 iambs, okay? That almost, it's basically like syllables, okay? So in iambic pentameter, you have a unstressed followed by stressed. No, stressed followed by unstressed. So what that means is it's going to go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Does that make sense? So the rhythm of the words is up, down, up, down. So if I read this, it is the east and Juliet is the sun. It is the east and Juliet is the sun. Do you see how it does that?
That's so weird.
Okay. So in poetry, it's not just an author writing. They're thinking of the rhythm. Does that make sense? So in this sense, Shakespeare usually writes in iambic pentameter because it has that da-dun, 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 da-dun. Okay? That's all iambic pentameter is. I went through my entire high school career hearing iambic pentameter all over again, but I never knew what it was. Okay? All it is stressed, unstressed, stressed, unstressed. Got it? Are we good? Kind of a thumbs up for I got what you're talking about, thumbs down for I for help. It's a lot easier once it's put in that sense. So, notice how every other syllable is emphasized when you say it out loud. It is the east and Juliet is the sun. That is iambic pentameter, that's all it is. Follow along. Sometimes, however, Shakespeare used rhymed verse, especially for romantic or heroic speeches. At times, He did not use verse at all, but instead wrote prose, which is ordinary written or spoken language, especially for servants' roles and comic scenes. Okay, so in Romeo's balcony speech, what did he likely use? Yes, he likely used rhymed verse. Okay, so he would differentiate his characters based off of rhyming, not rhyming, and iambic pentameter. Okay, so the people who weren't worthy of rhymed verse, they got the prose, which is like ordinary language. Okay, so it wasn't romantic or heroic or anything big about it. It was just somebody talking. All right, similar to dialect. Right, dialect is speaking on where you're from. If you've ever written a Mark Twain book, okay, you have to read it out loud because you have no clue what they're saying since it's written in such a dialect. Okay, all right. So below are speeches from the first act of Romeo and Juliet, just Act 1. On the blanks provided, write blank verse, rhymed verse, or prose to indicate the kind of language that is used in this speech. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to look at the sample, and you're going to say, okay, is this blank verse? That means that there's no rhyme and there's no rhythm. Is it rhymed verse, or is it prose? Everyday language. Yes. So prose is going to be, sometimes blank verse will have some sort of like rhythm sometimes, but it's not going to have that rhyminess at the end. Does that make sense? Like it'll, the prose is just everyday language. So let's go through one together and maybe we can do it. Alright! Number 1, follow along. Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright. It seems she hangs upon the cheek of night as a rich jewel in an Ethiop's ear, beauty too rich for use, for earth too dear. What do we think it is?
I think it's blank.
You think it's blank? Okay. Rowan? You think it's rhyme? Okay. Jillian? Rhymed? What do you think? Rhymed? Okay, let's find, where does it rhyme?
I see.
Tony? Bright, night, and then hear and ear. Oh, dear. Dear and ear. Okay. Any other ones that we missed? Alright. So what do we think it is? Okay, rhymed verse.
There's rich and rich.
Yeah, there's rich and rich. A rich jewel, beauty too rich for use, the earth for earth too dear. This is actually a type of rhyme too, earth and dear, when it has the EA. There's different types of rhyme, like internal, slant, things like that. I don't care that you guys understand that too much, to be honest. Okay. So let's do number 2 on your own. I'll read it out loud so you guys can hear it. 3 civil brawls, bred of an airy word by thee, old Capulet and Montague have thrice disturbed the quiet of our streets. Okay? Blank verse, prose, or rhyme verse? So, Julian, one thing to look for is that iambic pentameter, right? And that's going to be able to tell you the sort of like version of prose. Because you don't speak in iambic pentameter, do you? No, unless you have like thought out every word you're going to pick, right? So that's kind of the prose is just like me talking to you right now. That's everyday language. Shakespeare's a lot of that. When he's writing a blank verse, he'll use an iambic pentameter, but it's not going to rhyme. It's not going to have, yeah. It usually has an iambic pentameter. Okay. I know, I think I got confused too much. I'm sorry. Does that make sense, Blair? Yes. Okay. Bless you. Yes. Yeah.
So which one's the one that has
Well, there's blank verse and prose, right? Prose is everyday language. So do you speak in iambic pentameter? No. So which one? Okay. Bless you. Yeah, we're gonna review it first. Be open because you need to fix this if it's wrong, but you should not see you working on anything else. Okay? Number 2. Let's do this together. Follow along. 3 civil brawls, bred of an airy word by thee, old Capulet and Montague, have thrice disturbed the quiet of our streets. What do we think? What do we think?
Like,
Okay, I'm getting prose and blank. Okay. What's the difference between the two? Ron? Prose is everyday dialogue, and what's blank? Yeah. Iambic pentameter, okay? The da-da, or da-da, 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 okay? So, let's see. Okay, I'm going to put a line over a stressed syllable. 3. Is 3 up or down? 3 up, right? 3 civil brawls, bred of an airy word. That doesn't make, that's not iambic pentameter. Try to do that one again, okay? Because remember, it's stressed, unstressed, right?
So it's prose.
Look at the board. 3 civil brawls, that's low, right? You don't say brawls, that's low. 3 civil brawls, bred of an airy word. See how it's not up, down, up, down, up, down. It's like up, down, down, up, down, up, up. It's not, so it's prose. Okay? Number 2 is prose. That's just someone in 1591.
Oh.
Yes.
I thought it was everything.
Remember, this was written in 1591. Mia, are we changing this or are we working on something else? Okay. 3. From forth the fatal loins of these 2 foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventured, piteous overthrows do with their death bury their parents' strife.
Rhymed.
What is it, Jillian? Rhymed. Okay, where's the rhyme? Foes, overthrows, and what else? Okay, yes, it is rhymed verse. If you did not catch that on the first time, I totally missed it on the first time because they're so far apart. Okay. 4. Ready? My naked weapon is out. Quarrel, I will back thee.
Rose.
Okay. Read it out. I'm going to read it out loud again. It's not. It's just a terrible excerpt. My naked weapon is out. Quarrel, I will back thee. Why is it blank, Mary?
It has like the...
Tell me what's stressed. Is my stressed? My. Naked. Which part's stressed?
No.
Naked.
Yeah.
Naked.
Okay. Okay.
My naked. Oh, yeah, it's naked. Okay. Naked weapon. Weapon is out. Quarrel, I will back thee. Do you see how it starts to get da-da?
So it's...
Can I have a head nod or a head no for like that makes sense? Kaden, okay, let's do this again. Okay, read this slowly out loud.
My naked weapon is out. Coral, I will back.
Do you see the dips and the slopes?
Like the syllables?
Yes. Which syllables are stressed and which are unstressed? And the word lady, right? It's lady. So when you're reading it, you're going to pair it with a word that has the opposite. So you create a da-da. That's not random, right? He chose to put each of those words together. Does that make sense? Okay, probably. The more practice we have with it, the better we will get it. Okay? So yes, this is blank. What's that, Nate? Yeah, go ahead. Okay. Number 5. Mia, you're on this one. Her mother is the lady of the house, and a good lady, and a wise and virtuous. I nursed her daughter that you talked withal. Okay, read it out loud.
Her mother is the lady of the house, and a good lady, and a wise and virtuous. I nursed her daughter that you talked with.
Okay, let's do this one. Tell me if it goes up, down, up, down. I nursed her daughter that you talked withal. It's not as clean, huh? So if it doesn't have iambic, what is it? Prose. Good. Okay. All right, last one. Stay with me, girls. Okay. Well, think of marriage now. Younger than you, here in Verona, ladies of esteem are made already mothers. By my count, I was your mother much upon these years, that you are now a maid.
Blank.
Blank. Okay, you can hear the up-down rhythm of the... Okay, who is this? Who's talking? Someone's mom. Whose mom do you think it is? Juliet's, okay? Is she a woman of high class? Yes.
Very.
Now let's go to this person. Her mother is the lady of the house, and a good lady, and a wise and virtuous. I nursed her daughter that you talked withal. She says who she is right there. She nursed her daughter. Who is it?
The nurse lady.
The nurse. Is the nurse low or high?
Very well. Like
Low.
low.
Okay, so do you understand why he would make her written in prose versus the high class lady who was written in blank verse? Okay, he's doing that for an effect on the character, so you understand where they are in society. Okay, so go ahead and turn that in, and then we have 5 minutes, so you can finish your discussion boards or work on any late work, and then we'll be ready to go.